What's happening, Saber dudes and Saber ladies? Today is another video day. Today's the day. Just kidding. It's just a normal day. This next up lightsaber in my collection is one that I loved from the first time I saw it. I wanted it. I needed it. I mean, I love Starkiller. We all do. If you guys don't know who Starkiller is, in the video game series, The Force Unleashed, there's a game 1 and a game 2. It came out years ago. PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. They feature you play as Starkiller, Galen Merrick. Galen Merrick, yeah, right for it. It's not canon anymore. At a time it was, and it was super cool. Now it's just, you know, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, LucasArts, all that stuff, they were like, nope, that's just off to the side. You guys can enjoy that. I don't know why. I honestly do not understand why you would discredit and get rid of good stories, because it was a cool story, man. It was he's Vader's secret apprentice. This takes place in between the events of after Revenge of the Sith, years after. So Vader's been Vader for a while. Well, you just pick up the game and play it. It's I'm pretty sure you can get it pretty cheap on PSN Network now, or online, or anywhere really. Totally fun. Especially for the new game coming out, Jedi Fallen Order. It's very similar to what The Force Unleashed was, as far as playing wise. But anyways, Vader goes to Kashyyyk, the Wookiee home planet, and he wipes out all these Wookiees doing it. It's pretty ridiculous. It's honestly a lot of fun to walk around as Vader and just be like, go, go, like nothing matters. Anyways, he's going there to kill Jedi. There's 2 Jedi there, husband and wife, and the kid jumps out and is like, no, but like he's really Force sensitive, and well, spoiler alert, Vader eventually takes the kid and is like, you're my apprentice, raises him. Game flash forwards, you're an adult male, like Sith assassin. So he's been training you and doing all that stuff, and first game's a lot of fun. I mean, the story's still really good. I mean, it's just it's a lot of fun to play, a lot of fun to run around. The lightsaber can get crazy. I've done my other video. I do a Starkiller 2.0 from a Graphics kit. That's from the first game. First game's a lot of fun. I'm not going to spoil anything from that. I'll just kind of give you the idea of who Starkiller character is, which I didn't do in the last video because it was just, you know, when I started making these videos, I was like, you guys know what this is. A lot of you may not. I know a lot of people ask me things about lightsabers, and I just tend to forget that the general public who's not into the mythology, the series, they don't dive as deep as I do into the Star Wars canon. So to a lot of people, they're like, yeah, there's a red and a blue one, right? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot that I'm talking to somebody who doesn't know a kyber crystal from a quartz crystal. That's not like an insulting thing, or like I'm better than all of you guys because I know way more Star Wars stuff than you do. No, that's just that's me forgetting that there are people out there who may be watching these who have no clue what I'm talking about. So I try to go into a little bit more detail. Anyways, the Starkiller 2.0 on my page, if you watch that video, very, very fun build. I love that lightsaber very much. That's from the first game. This is from the second game, and while actually not in the game, which is just ridiculous, it's not in the game. It's in a promo commercial. I know, right? A promo commercial for the second game. So the only time we saw this saber was in a commercial and it's an awesome trailer for the game. I mean, Starkiller just coming out and just wiping out stuff. A lot of people think he's way overpowered, which, yeah, he kind of is. He's very, very strong with the Force, and he uses both the light and the dark, I guess. But he has 2 sabers, and he does the reverse grip, so it's really cool looking. I only have one because I don't know. I guess I'm cheap. I didn't need 2. I just wanted one, and not a lot of people make it. It's the same thing. I don't know why people are just Solos Hold had a run of the TFU2 is what they call it. It's what I'll label it in the video. TFU2 is the Force Unleashed 2. Solos Hold did a run a few years back before I ever got in the game or even had that type of cash to throw down, because they're just beautiful works of art. And if you have one, if you can get one, do it. They're gorgeous. They're just, anything Solos Hold makes is just gorgeous. Truly art. But anyways, they had a run, and then Saberforge, of course. And Saberforge, again, is what got me into the hobby, because I googled and I saw Ultra Sabers, I saw Saberforge. And if you got to pick between the 2, no offense to Ultra Sabers or to people who love Ultra Sabers and rave about them, to me, not my style. Anything in I mean, maybe like a 2 or 3 at the most out of how many sabers they have. Visually, I'm just like, that doesn't do much for me. But a lot of Saberforge did. Everything I saw on there, I was just like, man, that looks so cool. It was a long time before I ordered from them directly, though. This was the first I ordered from them directly, because if you do a little bit of research on Saberforge, please don't blacklist me, Saberforge. This is not my fault. I didn't do anything. But their lead times when you order can be very long. You could be waiting upwards of, I think it used to be longer. They've got it down, but it used to be, I mean, months. You order, and this is if you had electronics and all that stuff. I mean, 3 months more. I mean, it depends on the saber, it depends on the stock, what they have in stock. A lot of variables. So, Force May 4th sale came up, and they had a deal going on, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a chance, because again, I never ordered directly, and I was like, it's an empty hilt because I'm gonna install it, so all they need to do is just send me an empty hilt. I have to have that extra time to install it themselves, which their sound cards at the time were like the Viridian and the Crimson or whatever the is. Now I can't deal with that. So I placed an order, and I was like, all right, the waiting time. I ain't a rookie. This ain't my first rodeo ordering a saber or sending one off to somebody and being like, and now we wait, because you will wait. So I waited a long time, and I'll give it to them that it was like a sale. So I bet the orders that during that time were just way more than normal. But it took me about 6 months to get it. It took me a long time to get it, and I had to message them, and I was like, and I hate doing that, because I understand, and I bet they get that all the time, and I don't want to be that guy that's just like, where is it? You said it would be here yesterday, and then it's, you know, I just get the feeling that, like, because that's how I'd feel. I'd be like, it's coming, you know. So I waited until the quoted times that they gave me, and then I gave them another week, and then I was like, okay, maybe now I should chime in. So I chimed in, and customer service lady was awesome. She was like, let me check, and got on it, and I forget her name. It's been a long time since I got this hilt, and yeah, she was like, so sorry for your wait, you know, gave me valid explanations for things, even though I was like, you know, it's an empty hilt, come on, you know, help me out. Like, help me help you. But yeah, I'm still happy. It still came, and I was like, yes, this is cool. Because the reason that I was sold on this was I got a couple Saberforge hilts when I first started out, and I loved them. I still enjoy them. They're not awful. People will hate on them because of the owner of Saberforge, and it's like, yeah, I understand he's hated in the community by a lot of people, but I mean, I like the product. It really is unfortunate, though, because it is like, well, you're supporting him or something along those lines, and And I just, I just want this Saber. I don't want to get into the politics of it. I just want to enjoy. I'm in my own little Saber world here, man. I don't care if he wronged you over here and you. I know he probably has. I mean, there's a lot of shady things that go down in this hobby. But I went to the store in Saberforge. They got their new showroom around this time I was visiting family, and I got to go in there and grab. It was really cool for me because I was like, all right, this is recon work. I went in there and I held all of them, and I was like, yep, nope, yep. Ones that I would enjoy. So when I picked up the Saberforge Reliant, which is the TFU2 inspired hilt, I was like, yep, I knew it, and I wanted to walk out with it, but I don't think they sell full hilts out of the store, which was just weird. I don't know. Either way, it was my research time, or my recon work at the time. So then when I went home a couple months later, that sale happened, and I was like, now it's time. Anyways, enough talking about that. We have another display box that I did. This was an extra box I had lying around, and I wanted to practice on that cog symbol again. And I did like a ghost red for the symbol. Basically, I just, made it to where you can't really see how red it is until you sneak up on it, If it was a snake, it'd bite you. And I like it. I like it a lot. I really do. Inside of the interior is red. I'm not going to roll this one out like my Graphics reveal. I can actually hold on to this one and turn it, so joke's on you guys. Anyways, love the way it sits in here. I mean, I just am a sucker for this design, and this may be one of the first times I saw a leather wrapped saber, and I was like, oh man, I dig it. I want it. What is that? Y'all know how it is. Box. Just fun. Okay, and when I got it, completely clean. It was shiny, and y'all know me. I think, well, if you don't know me by now, get with it, son. I don't know how many times I say this. I don't care that much for a really shiny hilt. Star Wars isn't, well, the prequels, but to me, Star Wars isn't hot off the press, fresh off the assembly line, spotless. You could eat off of it clean. It's got dirt, it's got grit, it's got grime, it's been through a war. I mean, you're killing a lot of people with this thing. She ain't gonna stay shiny unless you're cleaning it every night. Also, to me, they're old. They've been around for a while. You look at an old gun, it has, it tells a story. You can tell just right from looking at it. It's been somewhere. So I weather this with aluminum black, stripped off that faux leather that they sell, and got Defcon Birds leather from eBay. Really good leather strips, already cut, perfect length for whatever hilt you need. Really good deal. I wish I would have found out about that a long time ago. So it's weathered with aluminum black, like I said. You dip all these pieces in the chemical aging aluminum black. I'll do a video on that maybe too. Birchwood Casey, aluminum black. Dump it in a little plastic bowl or something like that. Dip it in there. Wear a mask. It stinks. It smells like doo-doo. But yeah, so it'll grime it up. The longer you leave it in it, it'll build up, and then you gotta break it down and get it to your desired look. It will darken the aluminum, so be mindful of that if it's your first time. It will darken that aluminum. Blade plug that I made, again, non-NeoPixel blade plug. This is a NeoPixel saber. Oh, and these, so the pommel I actually permanently fixed with some like epoxy, so because this is gonna unthread off, but the pommel comes without these little dudes, and this pommel is very closely designed, influenced to the Scrap Tech style pommel. See how it has that? They're very similar, but doesn't hold a candle to that Solo's whole pommel. That thing is sweet. but it doesn't come with these. And I was like, man, oh well, you know, because I didn't know what I was going to do. And a buddy of mine, I really wish I could remember who it was on the Facebook groups, he said, because I posted pictures of this when it was done, and he was like, yo dude, I got one too, and I found these. They're like button clasps, and like a Hobby Lobby, a Joann's Fabrics, anywhere that's got like a fabric shop. These are 2 separate buttons that I guess you sew into whatever fabric, and then they, you know, they're buttons. But they fit perfectly. I mean, it was pretty amazing how well those things fit in there, and changed the whole look with just those greeblies. Greeblies, for those who do not know, again, sorry guys, I forget. Greeblies are little extras on the, like, this could be considered a greebly, this box I guess could be considered a greebly. It's just a bunch of random pieces, usually screws, nuts, bolts, just little extras, because they kit bashed a lot in the original props in Star Wars. They just got things from everything and just put it on there. But yeah, she's awesome. Start her up.
You should know who you're dealing with.
Loud Saber, super loud. So I wanted to do, I always wanted to do, anytime the switches, it can be up top and you can get a body, a removable body. To me, that's time to throw a Crystal Chameber in it. Why not, you know? And this one is another GOTH 3D Designs Crystal Chameber. Kind of hard to see. And the battery I got, it's an 18650 removable battery, the key power or keystone holder. And then I got Skywampa on Etsy has these little sticker decals, and you can put them on your Saber or your battery, and a bunch of different kinds. But it looks like and it's even got kind of a little, kind of feels a little cool too. Like it feels like that is actually a speaker or like a metallic mesh. Yeah, you got soundboard down there. My wires are a little messy, and I like that. A lot of people are real specific on being like clean build. It can't have wires showing. And I'm like, why not, man? Like, if you look at the Millennium Falcon, you look at C-3PO's abs, there's wires everywhere. Star Wars is messy, and like, I dig that aspect. So I try to keep it clean as I can, but if I got some wires popping out, to me, that just looks like there's electronics going on. I mean, that shouldn't matter that much. Really cool. I don't know if the camera will pick it up because it's on. It's kind of blowing it out with that crystal. This chassis, GOTH 3D chassis, is made for the KR flagship, and it locks in to the switch. So you get this in here lined up just right, and then you put your switch in there, and that's what holds the chassis in. And it's solid. We're not going anywhere. Modified the bottom. I think it holds a smaller speaker, and I wanted a 28mm speaker. This is a Vecco, just an easy Vecco speaker, and I had to cut it, shorten it to fit the body because I thought I had the dimensions right. Because there's no 3D printed Crystal Chameber reveal for a Saberforge Reliant, as far as I know. Because I looked everywhere and I was like, something's got to fit, something's got to work. Anyways, I ended up having to shorten this just a little bit, cut it down, Dremel out the inside so the 28mm will fit in there, fit snug. But then it wasn't as loud as I thought it would be, and it's kind of ugly. But I have some clear tape right around the speaker holder, or right around the speaker. Because to me, I mean, yeah, I can show it off like this, and that's cool. And they're like, "What's that at the bottom?" And I'm like, "I know," but I didn't want to sacrifice sound. So if I was going to display this crystal reveal anyways, I would probably only have it like that. You know what I mean? Like I'd probably have it sitting down, or maybe even a little bit more. But I mean, to me, it's like right at the end, so it's whatever. But the reason why I'm okay with leaving it like that is because the sound went from like 30% straight to 100%. This thing is loud. Honestly, it may be a low charge on the battery until I should have charged it. This soundboard is a Nano Biscotte version 4, because I did this one a long time ago. And it's one switch. A lot of times you get a Saber, and if you don't want to drill holes into, if you're not comfortable drilling for an auxiliary switch, the options are boards with a one button function, which a Nano Biscotte is just a one button function. Plecter Nano Biscotte version. Sorry, phone's dying. Is a one button function. So I just went with the Nano. That's fine with me. I like the Nano. The Nano's okay. This was just supposed to be something for fun anyways. Just a little showpiece, swinging around, smack it. Didn't need to have 30 fonts, tons of quotes. Like, this is enough for me. This works. I would love to upgrade it to the Verso, though. The thing with Cal from KR Sabers coming out with basically a version of a Nano Biscotte with smooth swing NeoPixel, then we're golden. And I've been waiting on that Verso for a while because I love the CFX board, but to me the CFX is like, you know, put it on a Cannon hill or something really special, something that has a lot of quotes and sounds and stuff like that.
You should know who you're dealing with.
I just woke it up out of deep sleep. Greatest thing about Plecter boards is the deep sleep. You don't have to do a kill switch or turn it on and off and do all that stuff. It will, after a couple minutes of the board not being used, it'll go to sleep and save power. This is Baragor Ingot sound font from Lord Blacko. And I didn't mess with any of these settings. Like, this is how the soundboard comes. I mean, look at that. That's just... Alright, that's good. It's got 3 fonts, 3 sound font banks.
Fool, you were only in my way.
This is Starkiller Vengeance? Yeah, super cool. Just a different hum. This is that power on. Very gurgly and low.
I bring Darth Vader's enemies to justice.
Oh, this is one of the Acolyte sound fonts. I forget the sound font maker. Love it. My speaker might be going out. I'm gonna have to replace that speaker sometime soon. Let's put a blade in it and finish this bad boy up here. Custom blade plug I made out of razor blade. Funny enough, this is the razor blade, like you can use, like, I don't know if y'all can see that very good. Yeah, looks really cool when it's actually lit up through something like a Tricrete or a or if I made a NeoPixel, if I put the NeoPixel in there for the connector to actually hit it just needs to be able to go all the way down. Like, this isn't a long enough blade plug for it to be a NeoPixel blade plug. But that's actually from the first razor that I got when I was like 13 or 14. My parents got this, like a Norco razor. You flip it and it's in the razor blade, and that's what you use to kind of looks cool. Why not? NeoPixel. NeoPixel blade, 1 inch that I made. To my knowledge, all of Saberforge is 1 inch blades. Yeah, baby. Whoa! Getting crazy. Flash on flash is a white. And I like to set it mixed to where all the colors are mixed, so it's not just from blue to white. the white gets mixed through the blue, so you get that like you're really fighting and stuff. And again, Starkiller holds it. Really, he holds it like this, so he's like, I mean, I don't gotta swing it around like that, but this is how he holds it. Reverse grip. So he's kind of like, pretty cool. Alright, next one.
You should know who you're dealing with.
Again, sensitivity's good. I mean, you have to, it doesn't have the smooth swing, so it's just a hum whenever you're barely moving it. But as soon as you give it a little swing, it swings.
Fool, you were only in my way.
Starkiller's blade in the TFU2 promo is blue, very close to this blue. You can get different colors out of because the NeoPixel blade is RGB. Like whenever I have another blade in, or this is another hilt, like my Prism hilt or my CFX boards, they have color changing abilities. The Nano Biscotte does not. You can go in and make it blue, you can make it red, you can make it whatever, and there's color extenders you can buy to get 3-channel mixing and all that different stuff. But I just always stick to one color for the font is fine. And I mean, I had red on here for a minute and I was like, this is cool. But to me, this hilt from the promo, from everything you see, it's always blue. It's always like a blue. Plus the crystal's blue, and I didn't put an RGB crystal in there, so I just keep it the same color. Fast ignition. I think I have my quick onset to the QON in the config file. When you pull out your SD card, put it in, you can change the speed of how slow or fast it goes. And I think I set mine usually around 100. Because with these sound fonts, they sound to me punchier, so it's like, you know what I mean? And I like that too. I like whenever you're like, you know what I mean? You want to go, homeboy? You want to fight? Like, let's do it. You know what I mean? It's like in your face. Really cool. Feels comfortable. It's not big. That's what she said. Anyways, no, enough of that. I won't be doing that. Come on, Benji, behave. This is a family channel. Probably not. I've probably talked about some weird stuff. But, yeah. That was fun. I had fun. I always do. Appreciate y'all sticking around and listening to this. You know, I like to talk. I mean, these videos are 30 minutes each time. I mean, this is an episode. Y'all are tune in next week. By next week, I mean like tomorrow. Probably. I do have a couple videos I want to do still. Make more content for y'all. Just sit back and watch if you wanted to. Hey, you keep it down back there, beeping at me. Everything beeps at me in this room. Freaking Sabers beep at me. My car beeps at me. My girlfriend beeps at me. I mean, it just beeps all day long. But there she is. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. What? You want what? You want to see the crystal? Not on the first date, you know what I mean? Oh, keep it family friendly, Benji. Golly. I can't help myself. Wish I could. But I can't. I'm gonna end this video right at 30 minutes. Watch me. Pretend like I won't. Y'all test me. Go ahead, test me. This is my channel. How many times I gotta say these guys? This is I'm in charge around here, okay? I make the rules. Not my girlfriend. You know, not my... No, me. I do. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next time.